Hey there, sixth graders. This is Social Studies, where we're going to examine the government and culture today of ancient Sparta. Let's get into it, shall we? All right. Spartan culture is a real tough one. The Spartans are a group of people who lived in the southern Peloponnesian Peninsula, and unlike Athens, where it was really rocky and rough, the Spartans actually had some pretty valuable land, and they were in fear of people invading and attacking and trying to take that land from them. So, in order to defend and protect it, they built one of the most fierce, devoted, and strong militaries that the ancient world had ever seen. They figured that the best way to protect us is to be ready to fight anyone. And unlike the Athenians, whose values included wisdom and learning, the Spartans, their main thing is strength, bravery, perseverance, not giving up ever, loyalty, self-discipline, not living to excess. And they felt that if somebody, had too much, it made them weak. They felt that if somebody spent too much time not working and improving themselves, it made them weak. They despise weakness. In fact, when a Spartan infant is born, they first take the infant and bathe it in wine, which sounds really crazy, and to watch the child's reaction. And if the child shows weaknesses, the elders of Sparta would look at it and judge, is this a strong infant or is it a weak infant? And if they determined that the infant was weak, they would leave it out often for just starvation. Some of the stories are that they threw him over a rock. There's a lot of debate on whether or not that is necessarily historically true, but they did commit infanticide, that they would abandon infants that they felt showed weakness. Because if you think of a chain, right, and you have links in a chain is only as strong as its weakest link. If one link in that chain is weaker than the rest of the links, then the chain itself is useless. Once you break that weak link, the whole thing is broken. And they felt that their society was that way. If you allow a weak Spartan to exist, then all Spartans are weak. All Sparta is weak. We have to have the strongest and the most capable and the bravest and merciless Spartans only. The military rules over their entire society, and their commanders rule over all. And in order to move up rank in their oligarchical system, where you showed your worth through valor and worthiness on the battlefield, that was the only way to really advance in their society. Their governing structure is a bit funky. The Spartan oligarchy is, first, there's three different parts of it. You have what would be kind of like the president for us, if you think of the consuls in ancient Rome, the main leaders, and that was two kings, and they inherited power, but if they showed weakness, they would not be allowed to ever claim that power. And their main job was to lead the army, and they could take absolute control of the entire society during a time of emergency. Then you have a small council, which is seen here, and that's the Gerousia. The Gerousia is a group of elders. Basically, in order to be a member of them, you had to be over 60 years old. That is the age that you were able to stop serving in the Spartan military. And then you spent your next life as one of the elders, and you could propose laws for the good of the society. and you were kind of a way of counseling the kings. Underneath them was an assembly called the Apella, and any citizen over 30 years old could serve in the Apella. But unlike ancient Athens, where every member of the assembly had a voice, they could speak, and all these other things, the only people who could speak and raise something for a vote were the kings and the elders. You could not be a citizen in Sparta until you were 20 years old. And becoming a citizen wasn't something that automatically happened with your age. You had to earn it, you had to obtain it.